comedy, but mostly the bad ones. I'm Haley.
I'm Edward.
I'm Zach Radigan.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah.
You guys like that?
Oh, you'll get that soon.
Oh, you'll get it right now.
So we are watching a new one today. It's a new one. It's not from the 90s. It's not from the 2000s.
It's not Arrival of a Train from 1895.
Although, guys, quick, do your reactions to Arrival of a Train.
This is on screen. It's fine.
Oh, it's a train coming. It's arriving.
No. It's just a movie. I directed it, so I know it's not real. in this bit, I'm the character.
Oh.
Pretty funny.
You're the
That's
guy
not what
from
we're watching,
Hugo.
guys. We're watching by suggestion of Carly Hayes. Thank you.
Previous guest.
Yes. The Netflix original, The Perfect Date. It came out in 2019. It is fresh.
We just watched the first half an hour or so.
Yep.
Normally we do a little intro before, but we had some breakfast with us, and we said, let's just get into it.
Yeah. Guys, it's a hot take.
It's a hot.
Oh, that breakfast sandwich is hot. Be careful.
Cake. Nice. Okay, let's talk. So, first off, this movie is directed by Chris Nelson. I don't know, from a screenplay with Steve Bloom and Randall Green.
Oh, three men. That's
That adds up.
that makes sense.
There we go.
Those all sound like men who are waiting at the foot doctor. like Chris Nelson. And then after that,
Randall.
Steve Bloom, you still here? And he's like, oh, Bloom, yeah.
Okay, so what we just saw, we open up on a little fucking shit named Brooks Radigan.
Fucking
Brooks Radigan.
Joe Rogan podcast. Fucking, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I just have a few questions.
Quote, it's a witch hunt, unquote, Brooks Radigan.
No friends, fucking ass clown.
Okay, to be clear, this is our opinion on him. His name is a fake movie name.
Brooks Radigan.
And not only, it's not like he says it once. Every time he talks to someone, he introduces himself as full name Brooks Radigan.
It's because he doesn't fully believe it, and he's like, this is my name, right?
So all Brooks Radigan wants is to get into Yale. And he won't let you forget about it. He lives with his single father, played by Matt Walsh, who's a nice guy.
I like Matt Walsh.
And Brooks Radigan's a fucking asshole to him.
Yeah.
Maybe if Brooks had a little bit of his ambition that he could rub off on his dad, they'd get along better.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead, he just shits on him all day long.
Yeah.
And goes, my name is Brooks Radigan, which is faker than the name The Joker. We'll talk about that a lot, I'm sure.
Okay, so he really wants to get into Yale. Charlie's dad wants him to go to UConn because he teaches there and he can afford a full ride, which he eventually does get in.
Yeah.
I don't know what he wants to be. He works
I don't
at a...
think he knows what he wants to be,
and I
right?
think that's what it opens up on, where he's like, I want to change the world. He makes apps with his friend,
And this
Murph.
is not a joke, but like his idol is Elon Musk.
Right, yeah.
I'm not
makes
saying
sense.
that as like a knock. Like it is.
Yeah, it is.
That's like in the first line of the movie. He's like, Musk changed the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Grimes plays in the background.
What's the song? California. I don't know. I don't really
that
like
one?
Grimes.
Yeah.
Hot take, guys. I don't really like Grimes.
It's a hot take.
Disagree.
California. I like that song.
Huh, for someone
You
who doesn't
only
like
like
Grimes.
me when you think I'm looking sad.
That's the only Grimes song I like.
Great
I think
song.
the rest of it is weird. I don't like the album art. It's creepy bullshit.
I think she's said a lot of things recently that I'm like, no, that's not it. But
She's dating Elon Musk, so maybe we take back
Is she-
some of the
is she
things.
still dating?
Are they still
Yes, I'm
dating?
pretty sure.
Remember when he
Either way,
wanted
she
to-
dated Elon Musk. You have to be a certain person to be like, yeah, I'll go out with that.
Remember when he wanted to rescue those children trapped in the mine by putting a long straw down there and being like, "I'll inflate this straw," and then they can just climb through it.
hey, at least someone
What?
was trying.
Yeah.
To be fair, at least someone
Yeah,
was trying.
I mean,
He went a Wonka route, but it worked out.
we don't like him for a variety of reasons, right? But he's also like
Well, he did that-
not doing good stuff.
Didn't he like cook the books so that it would come out to be 420, like as a joke?
I have literally no idea.
Maybe
He did
Elon
some-
Musk fucking rules.
He did something financially so that it would add up to be 420 because he thought Grimes would think that was funny.
Probably right.
Which, to be fair, hilarious. Anyway,
Yeah, number humor, pretty fucking funny.
Haley, you're sitting on a napkin.
Yeah, I didn't want Paw to eat it.
Paw is our cat, just so everyone knows, and he eats napkins famously.
Okay, so he makes apps with his friend Murph, who very heavy-handedly tells us he's gay.
If Bruno Mars is Charmeleon, this guy is Charmander.
Yeah, he gives off very Bruno Mars energy with the acting ability of a rock. They all have the acting ability of a rock in this film.
Yeah.
But at least they're all attractive.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
There's no duds.
To the point, it was hard to tell if this kid was like, if Brooks was like a loser, because he's so conventionally attractive, you'd think he'd be like popular.
I think he is. Like, people don't seem to like him, but he's like very hot. But I think it's because he's a fucking little peen
weasel. He's a fucking weasel.
Yeah.
All right, so he also works at a sandwich shop, and apparently you get made fun of if you work and
At
make
a
your
really
own money.
clean sandwich
Yeah,
shop, to be
Jesus
fair.
Christ.
One
Anyway,
customer at a time, by the way.
Yeah.
There's never more than one customer.
That's honestly the perfect job to be in high school. Your best friend, you work with your
Yeah.
best friend at a sandwich shop,
At a
and
very
nobody comes
slow
in.
sandwich shop. Yeah.
That's the dream. I want that now.
Yeah.
Guys, you want to open a sandwich
open a
shop that
sandwich shop.
nobody comes to?
This podcast is so popular, people would be lining up.
True. Okay, we got to get to it. So, this fucking idiot dude, what's his name?
He's
Brooks
Swedish.
Radigan? Oh, Swedish guy.
The guy's, he doesn't get
He's
anybody.
not Swedish.
It's probably like Max Knives or something. Like, it's something that's equally as fake.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is. Like the
Kit
popular boy,
Swelter.
the popular boy at school with like a fucking rad car is like complaining that he has to take his cousin to her school dance, and his uncle's like paying him, and he doesn't want to do it because he wants to go fuck his girlfriend because her.
That's the reason. That is
It
the
is
real
the reason.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's parents are out of town, and he's like, "Oh, I'm annoyed I have to do this, but he's paying me a shit ton of money. Oh, crazy."
He's paying me to fuck my cousin instead of my girlfriend. Oh, and everyone's like, no, he's not paying you.
No, you don't have to have sex with her. So Brooks Radigan overhears this, and it's like, "I'll do it. You go fuck your girlfriend. I'll do it."
Yeah, he really butts in on that conversation. He was
Would've
on the
been like-
other side of that barrier.
Excuse me, I'm just talking to my friend. Brooks Radigan.
But they agree. So he shows up at it's in Greenwich, Connecticut. This whole thing takes place in Connecticut. He's from Bridgeport, which is supposed to be like working class and poor and
Sounds
shitty.
like it.
Yeah, fuck you, Bridgeport,
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Yeah, fuck you,
and the
Webster
cousin-
Bank Arena.
Yeah, and the cousins in Greenwich, which is very, very rich. And what's the girl's name?
Celia.
Celia.
Her name is Celia Lieberman.
Yes.
The
Oh,
mom's
Another
name,
fake name.
The mom's name is Linda Lieberman.
no, Lillian Lieberman.
Faker. Even worse.
So the parents like apparently fucking hate their daughter.
They do.
And they're like, "This girl's a fucking monster. I will pay you literally hundreds of dollars to take her to a dance." And they go and they have like an okay time. She's a little bit like very much like cliche rom-com where it's like, this girl doesn't like men or societal norms.
She's indifferent.
What? She doesn't wear heels?
Yeah, she's different than most girls. She can open car doors herself.
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
always like a fine thing, but it gets annoying and make funnable when they like shove it down your throat. Be like, see, she probably listens to Foster the People. It's like, all right,
But not pumped up kicks. Only Houdini.
Yeah, I do hate this in movies now. I mean, like, I think one of the only successful rom-coms to do it, and maybe it's not even that successful, like, by today's standards, but is fucking 10 Things I Hate About You, Julia Stiles'
Yeah,
character.
Right. But that was based on Taming the
Shakespeare,
Shrew.
yeah.
B, that was, what, 1999?
I'm pretty sure it was 99, yeah.
Where this is literally 20 years later.
Where it's like a
just-
newer trope, too. This trope is, like, so dead now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right.
of like the different, and then
Yeah.
they're gonna end up together.
Different.
So like it's
Yeah.
fine. Like we've not watched the whole movie, and you know they're gonna end up together.
They had better banter than Brooks Radigan and that girl he liked at the dance.
yeah.
Yes, which he sees a girl at the dance, the
Veronica Lodge.
Veronica Lodge from Riverdale. My daughter's favorite show, Riverdale.
She could have introduced herself in this movie as, "Hi, my name is Veronica Lodge from Riverdale," and it would have been a realer name than Brooks Radigan.
Her name is Shelby, and he's like instantly obsessed with her. Whatever. So we're talking so much. So he gets home and he's like, "Yo, I could do this." So Murph, his gay programmer best friend, who's basically the programmer hacker guy from Kim Possible.
Right, yeah, he's Wade.
He's Wade from.
With a dash of zero from holes.
Yeah.
Helps make an app so he can basically be a fucking escort.
Yeah.
It's like custom made, so the girl can like make him like show up however they want him to show up. Like then we see a montage.
Good montage.
A fun montage where it's like girls clearly custom ordering this white dude to be whatever they want. Like he goes to an art show and dresses all artsy. For some reason dresses up as like Back to the Future 80s style.
Right.
Like that's a weird one.
80s party, probably.
80s party
Rodeo.
maybe. Yeah, like a cowboy. One of the only good ones was there was this very sweet girl who it showed up on the app and it was like a date practice.
Yeah.
There's like a girl who just like wants to know what it's like to be on a date, and that was very sweet. That was like in the montage him like
Should have been more of that.
should have been more of that.
But it was more or less like, because they gave a little bit of it and then it cut away. And I think we were all like, no, wait, that could have been really good. And then they go back to it and it kind of like sort of whetted our appetite.
Yeah, it's sweet.
No.
I would actually
Fulfilled our appetite.
fulfill their appetite. Yeah,
quench my thirst for
There we are,
content.
yeah.
But it didn't. I feel like, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see more. But I liked this character, and I think this would be more successful, like B plot.
Yeah.
It was like teaching this girl how to like be herself on a date and stuff, because that's what it was. It was very sweet, and it was too quick because then we went right back to like fake stuff.
Yeah.
I want at the end of the movie, like she's never referenced, but at the end it's just her and Murph are together, and Brooks is like, well, I thought you were gay, and he's like, ah. And then that's just it.
They wrote me gay to have inclusion.
Nah, I'm with this girl now.
And they turn to her and they say, what was your name, by the way? And she goes, Marjorie Magazine. Like, everyone's fake.
Quick cut to black. Polka
Also,
music.
the cool guy, like, who like convinces him to go out with his cousin.
Oh,
At the
yeah.
end, Brooks Radigan is like, how do you afford this nice car and stuff? You're not rich. And he's like, something shouldn't be asked. And then he's like, I'm kidding. It's all about the hustle. It's all about the hustle.
Which
What's the hustle? What
is
are
the
you
hustle?
hustling
You're
for?
is he
16.
also an escort?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, is he fucking people? He's a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's basically where we're at. We just
Yeah.
did a montage. He's getting pretty successful
yeah.
with this date stuff.
Oh, he wants to go to Yale.
We've
Did we
said
talk about
that so many times.
But this is why he's doing the escort
he's
thing,
trying to
so
get
that he
money
can
for
get money to
Yale.
go to
Also,
Yale.
Murph made a secondary app to track his progress to Yale. And within, we saw maybe 6 dates. He's so far on his way to
Yeah,
paying
he's like a quarter of the way through.
a private Ivy League institution.
Right.
And I'm like, is this for counting in all 4 years? Is this just like the deposit?
Yeah,
for a semester?
what is this?
What is this?
Is
in
he going to
terms-
keep doing this into Yale?
Yeah, like when you say like, oh, this is your tracking your progress to Yale, all of it?
That's a lot. Yeah.
Because no, you have not made
And how much are these girls
$140,000.
paying for these dates? They're in high school.
They're kids. And these are some very low. You go after like a dance, it's like, what, 2-3 hours? Like, how much
Right,
could you
yeah.
be paying for this?
I guess
The
like
logistics.
$600 an
Yeah,
hour.
the dad of Celia was like, you know what, take it all. You lasted longer than I thought you would because
Yeah.
my daughter is a piece of shit who
And it's-
doesn't want to wear heels.
It's like she's super not.
yeah, she's fine.
Maybe if you didn't call her a piece of shit all the time, she'd be nicer to you. You fucking rich
Like she's
crust.
a fucking monster because she has like black eyeliner.
yeah.
She's wearing a leather jacket over
She's
her
always
dress.
listening to this
You know what?
foster the
I
people.
wore- I
But
had
not
a-
pumped up kicks, just too deep.
We like pumped up kicks.
I had a wedding and I wore a leather jacket over my gown. Who the fuck cares? I wasn't like,
The
don't
Liebermans would care. Jerry and Lily
door open for
Lieberman.
me.
His name's
I
probably
can
Lance.
Open a door. Guys, we should watch
We're
this.
at a point where we're yelling our opinions over each other, and that's how you know we got to get back to the
Okay, this is a hot take. Let's go watch this fucking shit.
The sandwich is hot.
I don't even know.
Or do you like cottage cheese?
I do not.
Have you ever had it?
Probably.
It honestly
right?
just tastes like mozzarella.
It's, if you get the like, you can't get like the no salt, no fat because that's shitty.
You're right.
But if you get like the sort of like low fat but still has some salt, it's tasty.
It tastes like mozzarella. I don't get why people don't like
But
it.
what do you do with it?
I add
fucking
cinnamon
eat
and
it.
raisins.
I
Yeah,
don't.
cinnamon and raisin, they're real good.
I do it like avocado, tomato, or just plain.
Why
Yeah.
don't you just do yogurt? Or is it?
It's better
It's-
for you
it's
than
ve-
yogurt.
better
And it's
for
very
you?
different than yogurt.
Sure.
I also
sure.
don't like yogurt.
Yeah, I'm not a yogurt guy.
Like I will eat it, but I'm like I am lying to myself every time I pick up a yogurt.
Yeah, cottage cheese is a little better,
Okay.
but it's got a lot of protein. It's really good.
Gets a lot of fucking flack though, but it's pretty good. Anyway, let's get into this. Okay, so we just watched more of this movie. Where did we leave off
Can
on?
I just
Absolutely.
before we go on, I just wanted to read the character name of one person and then his real actor name because it's the same level of fakeness.
Okay, go.
The person Celia has a crush on, his name is Franklin Volley. And the actor who plays him is Blaine Kern II.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. When they said his full name, you saw you talking to Franklin Volley. We all were like, God damn it. Just have one human in this
So
play.
that's what happens. Celia calls fucking Brooks Bradigan again and is like, hey, I have a task for you. I have a crush on this guy I want to make jealous. His name's Franklin Volley. Boo. And he sucks,
He's
but
terrible.
He's
It's
terrible. And the plan is flawed here. She's like, come be my boyfriend to make him jealous, but then she doesn't even use him because it seems like they're not even like pals. It's not like okay, so for like the making a guy jealous thing, that's the kind of thing where it's like, I think this guy likes me, but I'm not sure, so I'll test it with someone and make him jealous and see if that works. That's not the case. She clearly has never spoken to this guy before.
Yeah.
Just go as friends.
Just go as pals and some moral support and don't pay him.
Also, their plan was to break up like a few weeks after the party.
Yeah.
Break up
Yeah.
at that party.
Right.
Right, because she gets what she wants. She gets a date with Franklin Volley at the party.
Yeah, like, what
so
are you
why
doing?
then she agrees to go on the date with him, like, even though he sees her as a guy with a boyfriend.
So
Very
their plan
stupid.
is they're going to break up publicly in a few weeks, and they're like, it has to be public. And I'm like, it actually super doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
Just so you can be with
probably should not
Shelby,
be.
because Shelby will see the breakup and Franklin will see the breakup, and we'll both be together. Whatever.
Yeah.
So during this whole section, what else do we see? We see Bruno Mars getting like pissed at.
Right, because
Brooks.
Radigan, for spending a lot of time on the app.
Yeah, and not like hanging out with him.
Although at one point they're supposed to go to a zombie escape room, and Bruno Mars is like, Brooks Radigan, you can go, it's fine. And then is super mad that he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I just got a request for a date. And he's like, you can go. And he's like, really? You're the best man. And then Bruno Mars gets so mad about
And
it.
like the next morning, he's like, "Why did you leave me?"
Why'd you leave me? Just watch.
Ticka. That's the best friend Murph, by the way, who looks like Bruno Mars. We've
Fake
decided
name.
he just is Bruno
name
Mars.
again.
Yeah, Murph. Also, listen, I'm not saying you can't be a black man with an Irish name, but Murph is standardly like an Irish name.
Why don't they just call him Matt or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, a name.
Yeah. Murph.
Let's talk about my favorite character in the movie. So Celia's dad is friends with the president
Oh,
of Yale
yes.
for something, and we all know Brooks Radigan wants to go to Yale.
That's his whole personality.
That's his only thing. And so Celia's like, "Oh, I'll set up a meeting for you."
Yeah, I can do this.
And they go to Yale, and Brooks Radigan, who wants to go to Yale, meets with the dean. And they talk about beekeeping for a while because I don't know, he looked up the dean and he has no personality, so he like lies to the dean about having a personality. And it goes over really well. And
He pretends to be a beekeeper because he
Right.
had researched that that's what
the dean
dean
likes.
does in his spare time.
Yeah. And so as they're leaving, and this whole time in my head, I was like, "Oh, I bet the dean has a funny name," and I bet I wonder what the dean's name is. And as they're leaving, Brooks Radigan, who wants to go to Yale, is like, "Thank you for meeting with me, sir." And the dean goes, "Please call me Delbert."
Edward nearly flew out of his seat. He got on our couch. He was like on all fours barking. He was so excited.
His name was Delbert.
Which is just like hysterical on the surface level and deeply upsetting on a lower level.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, name him Daniel. Who gives a shit?
We are three regular people. Our names are Haley, Zach, and Edward.
Famously.
Yeah.
Those are pretty normal names.
Right.
Like there are some maybe a little different because I don't know too many people who go by Edward.
Right.
Like then I technically am Haley Jane. That's a little different, but these aren't weird names. These aren't Delbert,
It's not Delbert.
and Brooks Radigan
And Franklin
And Murph.
Volley.
Franklin Volley.
and Murph.
Lillian Lieberman. But Shelby has a weird
man.
last name
Shelby
too.
Pace, which just sounds like it sounds fake, but it also because it sounds like rich person.
Right,
Shelby
yeah.
Pace.
Shelby Pace.
That's the least weird of all of them, I think.
No, the least weird is the last person we meet, Toby.
Oh yeah, Toby.
Toby.
Who's like the stoner guy who replaces Murph. He's in the film for all
For the
of 40
sandwich shop.
seconds, and
He's our favorite character.
He's the best character in this
Yeah.
movie.
Because he's like a guy.
I wish we could like get like a commentary version of the film from his narration, being like, "I don't know why Murph is so pissed off."
Oh, okay.
So before we get to the stoner guy, we have to say that they do their public breakup.
Yeah.
But before that, Celia goes on a date with Franklin Volley.
Oh, yeah.
And Franklin Volley turns out to be this street artist that she had made fun of a few
Trash
scenes
bug,
before.
trash
Yeah.
bug.
And he's like a dick. He loves like pour over coffee and vinyl and things that she doesn't care about, which is weird because you'd think that the way they built her kind of two-dimensional character, that's the kind of thing she would also like.
Yeah. So what does she like?
What does she like?
This also
Right.
feels a little dated in the sense that it feels she likes Brooks Radigan, but this also this also feels a little dated that like that kind of character of Franklin Valley feels like a very 2015 like kind of hipster
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
douche. Right? Like now it's like that's been played out. We've seen every iteration of that.
Right.
It's
Yes,
not fresh.
but you would think the way Celia is written, and I say written so lightly, the way she's written, that she would also like those things.
Also, you're right. Now that you mention it, that is a very millennial hipster thing. We've moved on from that. These
Yeah.
high schoolers are Gen Z. They should
Yeah.
like,
like
TikTok and Xanax.
memes. and-
Yeah, where's our
Yeah.
TikTok Xanax guy? Hey.
Where's the girl named Khaleesi?
Yeah.
Who hasn't slept in 9 days because it's quote LOL.
So she's like, you can tell she's like a little disappointed at the end of the date, but whatever. They carry on with their plan to break up publicly at this party, but she shows up looking banging too. She's got like a tight glittery
Yeah.
dress and she's wearing the heels and she looks great.
Meet cute fashion moment. All right, guys. So she's got her hair up in a nice thing, and she's wearing
Her
great
hair's
eyeliner.
down.
She got her hair down in a nice thing.
No, that's like swept. It's like side swept.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Her
a bobby pin in it.
She's got that great sort of like tan skin color skirt with like
It's
the
a
black top.
It's a sequin gold
Yeah, it's like a
bodycon
shiny,
skirt.
like a shiny
Yeah.
tan.
Like
It's
a shiny man.
Oh my god, this is
She's
so
got-
sad.
She's got high heels, and her mom is finally happy that she's dressed like she was. What do we give it, guys, out of 10?
I would wear this look.
I would probably wear it to like, about something about as formal as this event.
Right. I
Yeah.
am wearing this right now.
Edward,
So
you
I'm-
look better than her.
One of us has to change.
I'm giving it an 8.5. She really delivered.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 9.
I'm giving it a 9 too.
This has been our meet cute fashion moment. Oh, so you look good.
My teeth.
All right, and we're back.
And we're back. So they do their public breakup, and what's his name? Brooks
Who
Radigan.
wants to go to Yale? Yeah.
Who wants to go to Yale? He's working like on this like scripting the breakup kind of like all night. You can tell Celia's a little like, okay, that's weird, whatever. And then,
Okay.
okay. And then the breakup happens, and he's like really mean.
He
Like
says a
he goes
bunch
for
of-
like
yeah.
hard hitting deep
Well, he
cuts.
says stuff that like she told him kind of
In confidence,
private.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff that she's self-conscious about. And
It's like you put on this tough exterior just to cover the fact that you're boring.
yeah, he goes further. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
it's
Does
really
she call
mean.
herself boring, or
No,
is he?
he's just
Also,
being mean.
I caught your mom checking me out. I think she's upset with your dad.
That's not what happens.
Also, your dad's cancer's back.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not what happens. But you can tell she's really upset. She slaps him, but he texts her right after. He's like, "Great performance. Oh man, that was awesome." And then right away, Shelby comes over and they start kissing. It's not
Yeah.
even like
Smoochy smoochy.
hi, how are you? And asks him to formal.
Right, like so he's like breakup, kiss, and then formal, all within a minute. Like,
Yeah.
she just
To be clear, he
met him.
doesn't know her.
Right.
And he's obsessed with her.
their
Yeah.
banter is bad.
Yeah, there is no banter.
Yeah, she's boring. They're all boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
they're
in
all
this
boring.
film's a boy.
Except Toby
Yeah.
and
So,
Delbert.
yes, the next day.
I think the difference is they're all on Xanax and Toby's on weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, pro weed. This is a pro weed podcast.
Cute weed moment.
I like the purple Kush.
This has been a meet cute weed moment.
Cool. Anyway, so the next day he's at work and it's him in the back room walking into the actual shop, and he's like, oh man, I kissed Shelby last night. It was great. And then you hear a response, that's great, man, but it's not Murph, it's Toby.
He's like, who's Shelby?
He's like, oh man, I'm so happy for you. Who's Shelby?
Which is funny.
Yeah.
It was the only funny moment in this movie.
Real quick, Edward mentioned before in the drop for our Meet Cute fashion moment, something about teeth.
Oh yeah.
Almost every time Brooks Radigan smiles, he bares his teeth like an upset dog.
Yeah.
Like he's in pain.
Yeah. Like my teeth are falling out.
Like he's like he just got them and he's showing them off. He's like just like he opens his mouth wide and like, I'm gonna do a sound that sounds like it and maybe you'll get the idea. He's like
We'll all post pictures of ourselves doing
Right.
the Brooks Radigan tooth face.
hashtag Brooks Radigan smile challenge.
It's like a donkey hee-hawing. Yeah. That's what it is, without the hee-haw.
Yeah, like you put the film on mute.
Yes, that's it.
Should we get back into it and
We
finish this
really
movie?
should. We
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
finish this movie.
Half
We got
hour
stuff
left.
to do. Guys, this is the perfect date.
The
And
breakfast sandwich is hot.
Oh, it's hot. Cake.
oh my God, bye. Okay, we're back and we finished the movie. What happened?
So we left off at the slap and the kiss, right? Or did something else happen?
Yes. We left off on Toby,
Oh, yeah,
Which
Toby.
ruled.
which ruled. What happened then?
They go to formal and him. Sorry to back up a little. Brooks Radigan goes on like a walk with an old woman
An old black woman.
Oh,
An
yeah.
old wise black woman.
who's basically like, when you love someone, you could just talk. Then he goes on his date with Shelby and they cannot talk. They are not pals.
No.
Yeah.
And everything he says, he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do for college. You know what I mean? And she's like, no.
I have literally everything planned because I am rich. Whatever. So, at the formal, they actually runs into the girl we liked, the practice dating girl. And she's like, hey, I'm here with a date because of your services. And why would...
And Shelby,
yeah.
Shelby almost immediately puts it all together.
Right. She's
Yeah.
like, services, like an app where you can like be a male escort so you can get money for Yale.
Oh, you're terrible.
And a secondary app that tracks your progress, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing maybe My Tracks is it called?
Yeah, so then he's like, look, okay, here's the truth. And he tells her about the app and everything. And he goes, and I did it to impress you because you're too good for me. And she goes, you're right, I am too good for you. But not because I'm rich, because I'm not a liar, which is a good, valid point.
Good valid point.
Except for the fact that she kind of does act like she's better than him because
Yeah.
she's rich, like, consistently.
right.
She could have said, like, and also because I'm rich, everyone.
Yeah.
ran
She
fast.
may as well have said that
Yeah.
because of all the things she said leading up to the moment.
And then another thing that I like happened right after. He goes up to, what's her goddamn
Celia.
Celia. And he goes up to her and he's like, hey, it didn't work out. You want to dance? And she's like, no, I'm not your backup.
Yeah.
I was
Which,
like,
yeah, I
Dope.
like that.
yeah.
Because I thought that was the end of the movie. And then when
Same.
she said that, I was like, oh, no, I guess we have...
Which I like because I was like, all right, yeah, he doesn't get off that easy. He's going to have to do it more of a gesture.
So then he gets home early and Matt Walsh is like watching sports on TV.
Yep.
That's nothing. That's literally just we watched with the subtitles and it had Matt Walsh with a very light arm weight on the couch, like doing bicep curls, and it said in parentheses, sport on TV.
And we don't even hear it, so we didn't need that.
Yeah,
It's
we
fine.
didn't. We could have just assumed he was watching TV. Anyway, and they have kind of like a weird heart-to-heart dad moment where he's like, I was a failure. Now I'm a success. And
And then he was like...
no, he was like, I was a success. Now I'm a failure, but I'm a good dad. So
Yeah, I raised a good son, even though you were terrible to me for
Yeah.
2/3 of
Vividly
this
mean.
movie.
I don't know. And whatever is,
It's the dad speech from Call Me By Your Name.
Right, yeah.
it's
yeah,
just as good.
yeah. I used to be gay.
Yeah, we've been through this in so many movies
Yeah.
where they just end up doing the speech from Call Me By Your Name.
Look,
Yeah.
Visions of Gideon starts playing. It's
But then I guess he decides somewhere in this that he's not been himself and he's trying to like figure out who he is. So he accepts UConn.
right.
Yeah, he doesn't end
Which
up
he
going to Yale.
visibly like spat on essentially in
Yeah.
also the first 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah, he was like dick to UConn. He called UConn the girl who eats food in bed and smells like it, where Yale is smart and sexy and rich and funny.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
okay, this is so weirdly misogynistic.
Yeah.
I bet Yukon weighs, I don't know,
Also,
like 180.
what girl doesn't eat food in bed?
Yeah, here's the thing, you guys. I don't eat food in bed.
I do.
Haley does.
Aisha does. Aisha does more than me.
Yeah, I know
Aisha-
more girls who eat food in bed than
Well,
I do.
Aisha exclusively eats like dinner in bed.
Yeah,
Right.
she
Which
does.
I'm like, eat in the living room.
We have many chairs.
Yeah, I'm like, you can be a part of the house.
I only do it when you're not home.
I know because you're messy.
Oh, do you
Like-
find like rice in your bed?
No, but I've found many times I've lifted up her pillow and found an open bag of chips.
Ew.
No, that's not true.
Oh, really? Because it happened. So what part of it's not true?
That's not true. It was at my bedside table, and I whipped it out while we were in bed once. And you were like, "Where'd you get that from behind your pillow?" And I didn't. It was on the bedside table.
So you get bugs.
Yeah, just don't eat in
wasn't-
the bed. You can eat an
And the
apple
one
in the
time
bed.
it was under my pillow, it was
Some
a
grapes.
closed bag.
Like once in a while, I'll eat some grapes in bed if I'm like, if someone's using the living room and I just want to have a snack while I'm like on my laptop or
Yeah.
something, I'll take a bowl of grapes into bed. That's fine. Those don't make a mess. Anything else, not going to happen.
Okay, well, I only do it when you're not home.
Which doesn't make it right. Go on.
Anyway, so I don't know. He has like a changing moment, I guess, and he apologizes to Murph, and he's, I don't know, just trying to be a better person, trying to figure out who he is, and then a like
Right.
voiceover narration. Then he,
He meets up with Celia
Yes.
and he's like, oh,
under the guise of look
Yeah.
at my
admissions
Yale
letter.
admissions, not admissions letter.
Like at college essay.
Yes,
Yeah.
college essay. Yes.
But it's an application to the University of Celia Lieberman.
Ooh, baby, which is
Uh-oh.
not a publicly funded university.
It is not. He will not get any
Those
credits.
credits will not transfer.
They will not.
Hold on, can we wait for this? Just like a little. It's kind of loud.
Yeah.
Is it a video?
Anyway, that's fine. Yeah, he's like, well, I'm not going to Yale. I, decided to take my offer to UConn. And she's like, but then what's this letter for? And then she starts reading it, and it's
It's like, I've been a jerk,
fine.
but I love you and I want to be with you. So let me know if you're accepting the application.
Yeah. It's a very thin metaphor.
very thin
He goes
metaphor.
home and his dad's making him a steak.
And he says no.
Yeah, his dad, Matt Walsh is like, you want a steak? And he's like, no, I'm good. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Take
a
the steak your father's making
His
you.
dad gets his application for his writing grant accepted.
I thought
Right.
that
I agree.
I thought this was going to be, because he got so excited. He was like, all right, we're in. I thought it was going to be something that the son like fake wrote and gave him his
The Yale
like
money.
dating money for.
Real good writing award I won. All right.
Well, I thought that would have been
And
sweet.
also strong, muscular dad. What?
I just thought that would have been sweet. Like,
He should use that
Yeah.
money to hire an assassin to kill his mom's new kids.
Yeah.
yeah, that was that was a weird thin.
Wait, why are you
very-
guys agreeing?
that was a weird thin like underlying plot that wasn't addressed well.
Not at
that
all.
like his mom left him and his father and went off and had other kids, and every year sends Christmas card pictures, but like hasn't seen.
Just so
Yeah.
shitty. Send
Which is
Christmas card
so
to your new
shitty,
family.
yeah. Every year. That's so awful. Anyway, but they don't bring it up again, so what's the
No.
fucking point?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he doesn't want steak, and he gets a notification on the app, which he's no longer accepting, and it says dance partner needed now. He's like, no. She says, please, no. She says, I won't take no for an answer. And he goes, no. And then the doorbell rings, and it's Celia, and she's like, sorry, I hit you.
Yeah, but in like all her ways that are like, this is me not speaking like a person.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm being
I
sassy.
mean, I kind of liked it, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm sassy.
And it's a fucking nightmare. Brings him to the sandwich shop.
Yeah, as another formal,
Yeah.
let's go to formal, and it's just the
Him
two of
and
them, Murph and
Murph's
the more,
gay
yeah.
friend.
And what's funny is he asks him like, hey, what's this guy's actual name? And I thought to myself, for a film so filled to the brim with insane names, give us a grand finale.
Right.
And they did, in the sense that he's like, I don't know it. And I was like, you know what? That's poetically perfect
That's
to end
fine.
it with.
Yeah, it
That's the
is.
same thing.
So I don't know if we said this, but there was a guy coming into the sandwich shop, like all movie, that
Yeah.
Murph was into, and they called him tuna melt on 7 grain bread or whatever
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they knew his order, not his name, and I guess he never learned it. Now they're dating. And in real life, and then they kiss, Celia and Murph, and then he bears
Celia and Murph don't kiss.
Oh, sorry.
He's famously gay.
Celia and Brooks Radigan kiss, and he bares his teeth.
Yeah.
I ate a cursed apple and a young egg. Oh!
And then he dances with her with his teeth bare.
And he spits all his teeth into her mouth, and she's going, and he's growing new ones.
And you know what? That's the perfect date, and it truly was.
It truly was the perfect date.
We're going to take just the briefest of little baby breaks, and then we're going to come back and rate this boy for you. It's a hot take. Oh, that breakfast sandwich is hot. Teeth.
Let's do it out of teeth. We are rating this movie out of Brooks Radigan's teeth.
And there's nothing you or anyone you know can do to stop us.
Let's cut right to the chase because we gotta go.
Yeah, Haley and I have to leave. And Edward, this is Edward's day off. I want to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a nice day. Go enjoy your day
Edward,
off.
get some ice cream.
You should. We should get ice
coffee,
cream.
but maybe I'll get ice cream.
Let's get ice cream tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Comedy.
No, chemistry.
Chemistry. And three. Whoa,
At
that
least
was nice.
they had good banter, but at the kiss at the end, they did not want to kiss.
It's my face. I'll do it. Yeah, their kiss looked like they were pressing their faces on each other with like hard force. So, but other than that, like, yeah, it was decent banter. It was a little like very scripted, but it's fine. Threes all around.
It worked. Yeah.
3 teeth.
Yeah. 3 teeth.
Best friends.
Murph, he sucked. He was
Yeah.
Bruno Mars on That's It.
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5.
Give me a 1. It was just, he was nothing. And neither of them had any other friends.
And he got mad at him for no reason.
Yeah,
Right.
very stupid.
So, yeah, 1.5.
Comedy, also 1.5.
Yeah,
yeah.
1.5.
You know what? 1. It wasn't funny.
It didn't even have the tone of like a comedy. It was just
Right.
kind of like
But
there.
it didn't have a tone of a drama either.
Yeah, it was just a
like,
There were enough
Really?
like lines where I was like, that was an attempt at comedy, so 1 for me.
Yeah, 1.2, just a 2.
Really?
1.5.
2 is not a high score. I would like to.
Right.
Okay. And romance, 2.5. It was just like,
It tried to be romantic in
Right.
places.
my thought was that the romance.
chemistry was better than the romance.
Sure.
My thought was that, and my thought when it comes to romance is I'm putting it in the context of, it's not a realistic movie, but I'm like, all right, at the end of the day, what could these kids pull off? And, you know, decorating the sandwich shop, doing the letter and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
cute.
for 17-year-olds,
That's
that's
cute.
fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
The
2.5.
surprise denial of Yukon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go 3. I think it was the same as chemistry at the end of the day.
Give me
Yeah.
a 3. I guess that's true.
Yeah, I'm changing mine to a 3 too.
Sure.
Yeah.
As I say it, I'm like, yeah, it wasn't
Middle of
bad.
the road.
All right, so give me 1 second. I'm going to add these
There
up.
were more gestures in this film than some of the other movies we've
Yes,
seen where there were
good
none.
point.
So, yeah.
While I add these up, can you guys do a short scene improvising as Thanos on a first date with like hiring Brooks Radigan?
Okay.
Who wants to be Thanos and who wants to be Brooks Radigan?
Yeah.
I'll be Brooks Radigan.
And Edward, you'll be Thanos.
Great.
You've hired Brooks Radigan to help you like get back into the dating scene. All right, go.
Yeah.
Ah, my teeth!
I can fix that
Snap! Oh, my teeth are better. Oh, but I'm dead now. Yes, and.
Great.
That was
Yes,
really good.
and
You
that was
smell
good.
good.
Thank you.
Wow, you smell good.
I've been using charcoal toothpaste. That's probably
That's
what
not
it is.
it. That's
You're
not
smelling
it.
my armpits. It's the charcoal toothpaste. This is still Thanos.
Oh, yeah. This is still Thanos and Brooks Radigan.
Run from it. Wait, what? Destiny arrives all the same. That's more of.
Hold on. Did you do it? Did you do it? And what did it cost?
Oh, okay. Everything.
End of film.
We have our score.
That was really bad. Go.
I am inevitable. That was a great line.
It is.
All right, we've added up the scores, and this film gets 8.8.
You're still gonna do it out of 20?
Teeth out of 20.
Jesus.
4.
No, that's more teeth than Brooks Radigan has. So great.
4.42 teeth out of 10,
I
or
thought he had too many teeth. Go on.
44.2% of a tooth.
So
sounds right.
It wasn't like terrible, but it definitely wasn't
A little
good.
below average.
I had a good time watching it. It might be because I was with you guys. And
Yeah, it was like
names,
funny.
and it's-
Yeah.
It was the names, really.
Yeah.
It was watchable. It wasn't unwatchable.
Yeah.
No,
it was
no.
just like kind of like date. Like people don't act like this, especially the people they were writing for. They were
Right.
writing for teenagers, played by like 24-year-olds, which is fine. But it's like it wasn't even.
Yeah, it's not.
It didn't even make sense for people our age, you know. So
Right.
it was. I don't know who wrote this and why.
But it's not bad.
3 men wrote this, and it it shows.
If you'd like to take us out on the perfect date, or if you have any comments, please reach out to us at meetcutecast on Instagram and Twitter, or at themeetcutecast@gmail.com. We're always listening. You can bare your teeth at us anytime.
Ooh, baby.
Hashtag Brooks Radigan Smile Challenge. Make sure to send a picture of you doing it.
Yeah.
Spread like wildfire.
For all of us here at the Meet Cute, my name is Zach,
I'm Haley.
I'm Eddie P.
a.k.a. Delbert. Take care.